Yo, new tier list review from Prydwen here. They've changed it like twice recently since Acheron release, so I'm thinking that this is probably like the last change before like Aventurine comes out. Starting from Sustain, they've got Fujuan S+ tier, makes sense. They've got Ho-Ho and Luocha S tier. They moved up Gallagher. Gallagher was previously in like C or B, I think. E6 Gallagher, they moved up. I personally haven't tested Gallagher that much, but I've heard he's pretty good. You know, got the break damage boost and all that stuff. Got the healing, got the double debuff that he can do. Can support like Acheron, can support Dr. Ratio. You know, pretty nice. And then we have Bailu and Jeppy. They're sitting in a nice little B tier. I don't know if Jeppy's B tier. I don't play Jeppy though. So, and then March Natasha is just, yeah, it's March Natasha, you know. It's just the classics, how it is. Ho-Ho maybe moves up when we get another dot unit. Maybe underrating Ho-Ho a little bit. But Fujuan is kind of the GOAT, and Ho-Ho is just not Fujuan. So I can see why she's down here. Amplifier, I still think Tingyun should be moved up. I don't know why Tingyun is not an S+, but you know. We got Sparkle Ranmei here, and then Branya Silverwolf sitting here. Someone at Prydwen, they just really love Silverwolf because Pella has not moved in any of these tier lists. I don't know why she has not moved in these tier lists. She's just always sitting here. Either Sampo goes down or Kafka goes down. Sunfire, your Kafka takes are absolutely terrible. You don't play Dot, you only play it because you have Kafka on your account. Your Dot takes are terrible. Anyways, yeah, Ranmei's Ultimatum, Sparkle Ultimatum. I think Branya is maybe potentially going to move down in the future. Unless a certain character just goes into S+ here immediately, and then Branya will just stay here, I would guess. I don't know. We'll see in the future. Still have Pella and A getting underrated. I think she definitely should move up, especially with Acheron release. Doesn't make sense that she's down in A tier. And then Hanya and Asta. I've played some Hanya recently. I think she's a little underrated, but Sparkle does exist, so it makes sense that she's down this low. And then Asta's probably going to keep staying in B tier. And then Yukong, just no one plays Yukong. But Yukong does have some value with Acheron because Acheron can ult whenever, and like you don't have to worry about timing your buff, which can be nice. With Pella, you need pearls. I mean, you still have your skill and your ult. Also, pearls is literally on this light cone banner right now, no? I think just base E6 Pella, though, is still, like, very good. Even if you don't have... Pella is still insane. Her debuff is on all enemies. Her defense debuff is on all enemies. Stop dissing Natasha. Nah, Natasha's Natasha's diss. There is a world there. There is a world out there. There's a world out there, 100% though, where Lynx came out first, and Natasha comes out second, and Natasha's up here. That's low-key the better time lane. Lynx is cute, but I want to play Natasha as my sustain, but you know, she's just, yeah, you know, nobody plays Natasha. Kind of is what it is. Specialties, maybe some potentially hot takes, or maybe there's cold, freezing cold. I think Topaz is a Harmony unit. I've been saying this for a while, and we don't have that much follow-up. She's kind of like Kafka, but she's not Kafka since she's single target on one person. I feel like if we get like more AoE follow-up people, like I think she's gonna lose some value. And then Black Swan, I've been saying, should always be with Kafka. I don't know why they don't put Black Swan up here. Especially since Black Swan buffs Acheron as well, and Black Swan is just broken herself. I don't know why she's not up here. Like, Kafka reprocs dots and everything, I love Kafka. But I think she should be up here with the Black Swan. Doesn't make any sense. I do not think she has the same value as Topaz. Either Topaz moves down or Black Swan moves up. One of the two. It doesn't make sense for them to be in the same tier. I don't think they're the same screen. Luca, Tim, Sampo, they're just Kafka units. I think Luca's better than Sampo, but if he's not against weakness, he's like useless, so I guess that's why he's down here. And then Juei is just good breaker. Does damage versus Quantaz. Gunaifen, I think Gunaifen's super underrated. I don't know why Luca and Sampo can be up here, but not Gunaifen. When you can play Gunaifen outside of Dot, but you can't play these two outside of Dot. And then Welt, obviously she moved up. He's a GOAT. Delays all the enemies. You can go sustain Welt, there's a lot of stuff. I think just not enough people know how to play Welt. Like, I wonder why they have Welt down here. I feel like he is so low. Kafka moves down though. Let me know when Kafka 2.0 releases so you can get them for your Black Swan. They're not releasing a Kafka 2.0. There is Kafka and she's the ultimatum. That's about it. You think Welt sucks? So you're saying you're wasting your standard banners to get Welt, and you think he sucks. How much bait are you gonna throw today, Sunfire? Like, I think you're gonna go poor. Susheng is definitely good. I was going to argue for Susheng to move up to B tier, but Susheng, with us getting a 5-star hunt without even knowing what he does, Susheng is 100% just gonna stay here. 100%. And then Fire MC low-key could move up and be like only with Acheron. do they move up? I feel like that would be pretty valid to have them up like 1 or 2 tiers and say only with Acheron. But maybe they don't have them up because it's just with Acheron. I don't know. I feel like they could at least be B tier and say just with Acheron. All right, the D tier. D tier DPS. Don't have much to say. Brother Arlen. Yeah, he's just garbage. There's no saving Arlen. I don't think there's any unit that could come out and even like save Arlen. I'm not gonna lie. Like his kit is just like too garbage and his Eidolons don't do anything. I think Arlen will always be at the bottom. But why is the only brother at the bottom? Umar. Physical MC, Yanqing. Yeah, garbage. Yanqing low-key might move up with Aventurine. I wonder if they'll move Yanqing up with Aventurine. Because Aventurine does buff Yanqing. Unironically. Not that much, but it does buff him. C tier, we got 4-star Don Heng. They moved down Himiko, Herta to the Hook and Misha tier. I feel like this one is too low. I feel like this one's a little too low. But only for Himiko. I think Himiko should move up though. I don't think Himiko should be C tier. I think she should be in B tier. But with Himiko being in B tier, Serval should be in A tier. Argenti, I don't know. I know if he's not against physical, he suffers a lot. But I think Himiko should be B tier minimum. And then Serval should be A tier. And this earlier in the game, I used to meme about Serval being A tier. Like, as a meme, and I was fine with her being B. I think current day, she should be A tier 100%. Especially if we get some like other moves. I don't think she should be B tier. Very solid lightning DPS. That you get for free. And I recently made a Serval guide. If you're a Serval enjoyer. So, yeah. Blade and Clara. I don't really know their strengths that much. I've heard a lot of differing opinions. A lot of people think Blade needs to be an S. A lot of people think he's fine where he's at. Some people think Blade needs to move down. I think Blade, you know, maybe Blade's fine where he's at, honestly. Maybe Blade's just fine where he's at. It's like a solid A. We don't have any HP buffing units in the game. So, like, I feel like that might be, like, Blade's, like, weak suit right there. It's just we don't have anyone that, like, directly buffs a Blade. If we got, like, a HP-based, like, Ting Yun, Blade could probably move up, bro. Joy and Serval should not be in different tiers. They are, like, the same power level. True. True. That is true. You thought Misha was good? I have not played Misha at all. I've heard some people say he's underrated. He does have defense shred on a C2, which kind of makes him like a specialist, I feel like. But I think people play him as like a sub DPS. I haven't played Misha that much though, so I have literally no idea. I have no idea what his damage looks like, what his gameplay looks like, anything. I just know he has defense shred, and his ult can nuke if you get full stacks on it from skill point spending. You think Blade goes up one because if you build him right, he just doesn't die? If Blade had higher HP scalings and got rid of his split scaling, he'd be S. True, he does have split scaling. I think the biggest thing though is really that we have no HP buffing units in the game. I think that's like literally it. Like if we start getting more HP DPS, and then like we get HP buffers that go with that, I think Blade can move up though. All right, and then S and S plus tier, probably the most controversial. I don't play Sealy, but I've been playing some Sealy on people's accounts. Sealy feels kind of fraudulent sometimes, but I've seen people defend Sealy and clear stuff with her, so I guess she stays in S. QQ is just a gambling gremlin. She does big damage. She's the 4-star ultimatum if you get the right rolls. King Yuen, he is 2 tiers above Serval, and this is just not right. That's all I'm going to say. King Yuen should not be 2 tiers above Serval. He's just not 2 tiers above Serval. And then Dr. Ratio, he's just a single target goat. This is about it. He's valid S. And lastly, we have Acheron, D-Hill, and Jingliu in the S plus tier. Now, me personally, owning Jingliu and Acheron, Acheron's kind of in her own realm. Acheron is kind of just like insane. But they probably won't make like a S plus tier because that would be like insane. So she'd probably just sit at like top of S. I think they have it ranked like, I think they have the characters ranked in between the tiers. So I'm pretty sure she's like top of S plus from this specific thing right here. So that is valid. But Acheron is kind of like the ultimatum. She just kind of dominates everything and deletes everything. And then Pure Fiction. Pure Fiction. They moved Acheron, which is really good. They had Acheron in A tier, which is extremely disrespectful. It makes no sense that Acheron was sitting in A tier. See, this is where Serval should be in Memory of Chaos. I don't know why she's not in A tier. Move Serval. Move Serval. You know, we've got the Kuda Queen, you know, spinning around S+ tier. Makes sense, makes sense. Argenti, Himiko, Jingyuan, yep. Blade, Clara, Jingliu, Sealy, Serval. I don't know if Blade is that good in Pure Fiction if you don't have like the follow-up buff. Guys, any Blade knowers for a Pure Fiction? I feel like if there's no wind weakness or no follow-up buffs, like Blade probably falls off with it, no? I don't know though. Because they're in the same tier as Clara. But if Clara gets hit like a ton, I don't know, I guess Blade gets hit a ton maybe, I don't know. You could do Blade, Sparkle, Bronya. Oh, true. You could do like a bunch of Blade turns. Yeah, that's true. Sealy, Serval, D-Hill, QQ, yep. Yeah, these are all garbage DPS. They're all single targets, so they don't fit in here. That is pretty valid. Now, the only one I won't argue Kafka and Black Swan for is definitely Pure Fiction, because Kafka, while she has the Herda-like cone, she definitely does not have as much value in Pure Fiction when the waves reset if there's not a dot buff. If there's a dot buff, she moves up to S+ tier. If there's no dot buff, she just sits solid S. She has her AoE ult. She can get her ult a lot, which is pretty strong. Black Swan is insane. Just every wave has Arcana. She's just popping it like that. Gunaifen. They move up Gunaifen for Pure Fiction. Interesting. I still think Gunaifen should be A up here as well, but I don't know. Sampo and then Fire MC. They have Fire MC and A tier for Pure Fiction. I feel like there's got to be for Acheron, no? They have changelog on Fire MC. They have no changelog on Fire MC. Interesting. Oh my god, this changelog is omega long. I thought I could like scroll down and like have it open still. I cannot. Then they have Topaz, Welt, and Zhuyi. I do not think Topaz is this high if there's no follow-up buff. If there's no follow-up buff, I don't think you're ever playing Topaz. She marks one enemy and then that's it. Zhuyi, if there's follow-up buffs, can go up, and then delaying the enemies usually doesn't help you with Welt, so this is fine here, and then yeah, single target people. Let's look at amplifiers here. Ron, May, and Sparkle. Yeah, it's valid. Bronya, Pella, Tingyun. They finally moved up Pella. Only for Pure Fiction, though. Surely she moves up in MOC soon. Hanya. Yeah, Hanya should be an A. Hanya should definitely be an A. After testing out Hanya, she should definitely be an A. She literally has a passive where she gets a boost from if you kill the enemy like faster. I forgot what it was, like her Dolan. So your Dolan or one of her passives, she gets a buff from being like for multiple enemies dying. So she should definitely be up here with Asta. And then I don't know why they moved up Silverwolf. Maybe because of Acheron? What is their reasoning for moving up Silverwolf? With the introduction of tougher enemies and release of Acheron, Silverwolf is finally seeing play in Pure Fiction. I think they just really like Silverwolf, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anyone is running Silverwolf in Pure Fiction. Why would you run Silverwolf for a debuff over Gunaifen? Interesting. No way they have QQ and B tier for PF? I think it's considering the fact that all of these are single target. So the fact that she has some AoE in her kit. Wait, Misha's not single target though. Yeah, Misha low-key probably has more value than QQ and Pure Fiction. I'm not gonna lie. Especially since it's based on every Pure Fiction. This Pure Fiction is Ice Weakness. I've seen some clears of people doing Herda and Herda and Misha. Misha definitely has more value than QQ and Pure Fiction. Definitely should change them. But yeah, Hanya should move up. I don't know about Silverwolf moving up, but she's still in C tier, so it's whatever. And then Yukong. Yukong's just Yukong. I don't know if Yukong should be this low, though. Yukong probably has a little bit more value in Pure Fiction, depending on what DPS you're playing. Sustain, Fujuan, and Ho-Ho. Okay, makes sense. No one in S tier. Okay, and then they moved down Luocha and moved up Gallagher. Very interesting. What's the reasoning for that? With difficulty increasing pure fiction, needing enough damage, choosing sustains that can bring damage themselves buff, or sometimes not even bring a sustain or bring a force support or damage to instead. True. Oh, they moved Gallagher earlier. He's granted the honorary title of Mini Luocha. Okay. Do people actually need sustains in pure fiction? I don't think you should bring sustain in pure fiction, I'm not gonna lie. I want to build my Gallagher, but I don't have the mats. Free to play mats. Don't got that junk. I'll build them eventually one day, unless I just have no use to ever build it, because I have Fire MC. And then what else we got? Bailu, Jeopard, Lynx. Low-key, Lynx has no value in pure fiction, unless you're playing Blade. I think Bailu has more value than Lynx in pure fiction, because she gives you damage reduction. If you're gonna go a sustain, it should be at least like damage reduction or something. Maybe they have Lynx up here because like the cleanse. That's the only thing I could see. And then March and Natasha, yeah, they're just garbage. I think that is about it though for the Prydwen tier list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Move Serval up Prydwen. That is about it. Goodbye.